So, today's topic, credit management. Now, credit management is very similar to the way you manage your credit card. You have a credit card, say, with a credit limit of $10,000. So, you can keep purchasing until you hit the limit. You can keep paying back whenever you like to clear off the balance that you have accumulated. The same thing with credit management in SAP, except here are your customers. So let's say this is the company, Dell, and this is J&J, the company, right? Johnson and Johnson. So Dell sells computers to Johnson and Johnson, and Dell will extend the credit limit to Johnson and Johnson because Johnson and Johnson is a big customer. They'll extend the credit limit to them, just like a credit card, only with a big amount. Let's say the credit limit for them could be somewhere close to $500,000 or $1 million. Okay? And the rest of the concepts, like I explained with the credit card, would remain the same, except that there will not be any interest payable. That's the only thing. Right? And there are other differences, minor differences that we don't need to care about, but the concept would remain the same. There is a limit, you can pay back and all that stuff. Now, why is credit management important? Now, imagine companies like J&J and let's say Novartis or ABB, so on. There are so many companies that are customers to Dell. And each company is consuming, $500K, $1 million, so on and so forth. So in a sense, if there are 500 customers for Dell, big ones, $500 million, $500 billion is consumed in credit, for which Dell does not get any interest, and it's a big loss to Dell. But nevertheless, credit has to be extended. So there has to be a trade-off between how much is extended and how fast it can be recovered. This is a big amount, but business demands that credit needs to be extended. So the only other alternative is to make sure that credit is kept under control. Meaning, let's say 500K is extended to J&J, Johnson & Johnson, and 200K has been consumed. Dell has to make sure that the 200K has not exceeded their payment terms. Or if 400K is consumed and another order for 150K comes in, that order has to be rejected. Which means Dell has to understand the total outstanding and what is the current order, and it has to be compared against the credit limit of 500K and make sure that Dell does not do the mistake of sending out an order beyond the credit limit. Right? So a very tight set of rules need to be configured in terms of making sure that, the company does not go overboard with their credit, or the company does not give credit beyond their credit exposure. And how does SAP do that is what we're going to learn today. Okay. Now that we understand credit management, Let's talk about the types of credit management that SAP allows. In SAP, there are two types of credit management. Simple, automatic. There are two types of credit management. Simple credit management and automatic credit management. In automatic, it's further divided into two types, static and dynamic. We'll see what each of them mean and the configuration behind them. Now, let's first talk about simple credit management. Simple credit management. What is this? There are a couple of terms that we should understand. Let's say there is an order. There is a customer, right? J&J, same J&J customer. And they have been extended a credit limit of 500K, $500,000. So this is called credit limit. This is one key term you should remember. Credit limit. Okay? And this is set in the transaction FD32. A very important transaction. Please make a note of it. FD32. And it's not a SPRO transaction, it's a user transaction. The user will set it themselves. So, the first key term is a credit limit. And you know what a credit limit is. The next key term is called open item. So, what's an open item? Let's say there is an order. Order 1 for 100K value. Order has been delivered. Delivery 1 and billed. So up until this point, this is all SD, right? Order, delivery, billing. Beyond billing, when the invoices are posted to accounts, this is all FI domain, right? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line items, all total put together. The value of those line items is worth 100K. And when the invoice is posted to accounts, the entries that are made in accounts against the customer are called open items. Open items. How do they look like virtually? Okay, customer number 1000. Okay, against customer 1000, they need to pay 100K. That's it. That's the open item. Nothing more than that. So customer 1000 needs to pay us 100K. That's the open item. Now, when Johnson & Johnson cuts you a check for 100K, and the check reaches you, it's called a payment. And when Johnson & Johnson pays you, this open item is cleared. Meaning it's like, yes, it's done, it's paid for. Then open item is cleared. So what's an open item? An open item is a financial entry against the customer for an amount that the customer needs to pay. And when the customer pays for that invoice, that open item is cleared. Okay? If you want to look at open items, the transaction for that is FBL5N. Again, it's a financial transaction. but not an SPRO transaction. It's an end user transaction. Okay? Please make a note of all of these. I'm going to ask you questions tomorrow or Monday. Okay? You have to make a note of all of these transactions, all of these concepts. I'm going to send you a recording of this. You have to go through it. I don't know how many number of times. And I'll give you an assignment that you have to present on. Okay? So please stay focused on the topic. Any questions, anytime, please ask. So we have seen two things. Credit limit and where the credit limit is set. What are open items and how to view open items. Okay? Now let's focus on simple credit management. Simple credit management means current order value plus value of open items is compared against credit limit. This is the definition of simple credit management. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, we'll talk about this step by step. We'll take some examples and talk about it. Okay. Now, let's take the credit limit of 500K as usual. Same one customer. We're only talking about one customer. 500K is the credit limit. Okay. And on Jan 1st, there is an order. Order 1. Okay. This order 1 is worth 100K on January 1st. So look at these dates. Okay. Dates are important and order value is also important. Now, as soon as an order is created on January 1st, let's say 12 noon or 1 p.m., an order is being created. When you are creating it, at that point, it's called current order. Meaning, when you do credit management, when you talk about current order, the moment the order is created, it's called the current order. Okay? Now, current order value is 100K. Value of open items, let's say this is the first time that the customer is ever creating an order. So there is no open item yet. You know the definition of an open item. I hope it makes sense. First time Johnson & Johnson is placing an order, so no open item yet. So 100K is the current order value. So at the time of creating this order, the current order value is 100K, which is compared against the credit limit of 500K. Of course, 100K is less than 500K, which means credit management has passed for this order, for this customer. Okay? Now, another thing that you should understand here, credit management can be done not just at the order level, it can be done at the delivery level also. Okay? It can be done at the PGA level also. But generally, credit management is done at the order level. The most important part is credit management is done at the order level. Okay? And we are only going to focus on the order level credit management. So on January 1st, there is an order worth 100K, and when the order is being created, credit management is kicked off, and in simple credit management, current order value, which is 100K, because of course no open item at this point, is compared against the credit limit. Current order value is less than the credit limit, which means Johnson & Johnson is safely under the credit limit, so the order will go through. SAP will pass that order. Now let's say the delivery is created on January 5th. For the same 100K, of course. And is there a credit check here? No. Done. Credit check is done here. And on Jan 6th, this order is billed, this delivery is billed, and as soon as it's billed, order is posted to, so the invoice is posted to accounts. So there's an open item worth 100K on Jan 6th. Alright? Now, on Jan 5th, there is another order. Order 2. This is worth 200K. Okay? Now, according to simple credit management, will this order go through or not? Come on, I need quick answers.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, because
Because the total value is still less than the credit limit.
okay, and what's the total value? What's the current order value?
300K?
Current order value.
200K.
200K. What's the value of open items?
100K. No,
Answer 0 because the open item was created.
Okay, hold on. Let's step by step. What is the current order value?
200K.
200K. What's the value of open items as of January 5th?
0.
0. Everybody agrees with that? Because
Yes.
this is as of January 6th. So the order will go through. Right? Because 200K is less than 500K, so the order will go through. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay. January 6th, let's say, immediate delivery. And 200K as of Jan 7th. Alright, very good. Next, let's move on. January 6th. Order 3, worth 300K. Will this order go through?
Yes.
Okay, yes, because
300K plus the 100K open item is still below the credit limit.
okay, and why are you not computing this 200K?
Because it is not yet posted as of January 6th.
As of
No,
January.
it's not an open item. It's
It's not an open item as of January 6th. So current order value, which is 300K, plus open item as of January 6th, which is 100K, is 400K. 300 plus 100 is 400. 400 is less than 500, so the order will go through just fine. Excellent. So this is Jan 10th and LF2, LF3, delivery 3. And then Jan 11th and F2 invoice 3, and the invoice is posted to accounts. This is worth 300K as of Jan 11th. Okay, good. Next, Jan 10th. There is another order order 4 worth, let's say 50K. Will this order go through? Yes or no?
No,
No, because
it's beyond the limit of the credit limit.
okay, explain how.
The current order is January 10th is 50K, but while comparing this 50K with the previous open items like 100 plus 300, it's only 500.
Anybody else differs with that?
Yeah, I differ. This will also go through because the 300K of it would be posted on 11th. Right now, the open items is only 300 plus 50K.
As of January 10th, what is the value of open items?
The open items are 500.
No.
Sorry, the open item?
As of January 10th, what is the value of open items?
January 10th, its open items are 100 plus 200 is equal to 300 only, yeah, right?
Yes. Okay?
Yes.
Make sure you observe the dates.
Yeah, right.
200 plus 100, 300 plus 50K, that will go through as well. Very good. So this is Jan 15th, let's say, and then Jan 16th, and posted to accounts 50K on Jan 16th. Now, Jan 11, order 5, worth 50K. Will this go through? I think.
January 16th.
On Jan 11th, there is an order worth 50K. Will it go through?
No, now it's over the...
No, it's over the limit. Right?
It could depend if it's the order of Jan 11th is in the morning or in the evening. I don't know when the.
I agree with that, but let's just say this one is after. Okay, that's a very good point. So if it is after or before. So if it is like Jan 10th again, it will not go through. If it is Jan 12th,
It will not go through.
it will definitely not go through. Okay? Is this clear with everybody? Any questions on simple credit management? No. Okay. All right. Next. We are moving to automatic credit management. Okay, in automatic specifically, first we'll talk about static credit management. Static credit management. So what is the static credit management? Static credit management definition for it is like so. Value of current order value plus value of open orders plus value of open delivery plus value of open invoices. All of them put together, of course, plus value of open items. All of them put together is compared against the credit limit. This is static credit management. Current order value plus value of open order, value of open delivery, value of open invoices, plus value of open items. The ones that are different from simple credit management is these three. Right? So what are these three? What is the value of open order? What is the definition of an open order? Open order means order that has not been acted upon yet, like not delivered yet. Order not delivered yet. Open delivery. Delivery that is not PGI'd yet. Open invoice. Invoice not posted to accounts yet because of some billing block or because of some issue with posting or something. Not posted to accounts yet. Okay? What's an open order? An order that has not been delivered yet. What's an open delivery? A delivery that has not been PGI'd yet. What's an open invoice? An invoice that has not been posted to accounts yet. Okay? Now, with this definition, again, let's start off with the 500K credit limit. Credit limit. And then let's start off with the same old thing. Okay? Once again, I'll define static rate management here. Current order plus open order plus open delivery plus open billing plus open item. This is what is compared against credit limit. Okay, that's the definition of static rate management. Now, let's again start with the same example. Jan 1st. Okay, order. So this is order, this is delivery, this is billing, and this is posted to accounts. Okay, on Jan 1st, 100K order. The order will go through, right? We know there is no open items yet. The order will go through just fine. And Jan 5th, the order has been delivered. Again, this is worth 100K, right? The order has been delivered. Now, on Jan 6th, okay, there is an order worth 200K. So on Jan 5th, this has been done, the order has been delivered, but that's there. Nothing else has been done yet. Okay. On Jan 6th, there is an order worth 200K. Will this order go through?
Yes.
Yes, because
Because the total is 300K is just less than 500.
okay, so go with the equation. What is the current order value?
200K plus open delivery is
As
100K.
of January 6th is 200K. What's the open order value as of January 6th?
100K.
What's the open order value as
Zero,
of
because
January?
delivery is created, the open order would be zero.
Yes, because once the delivery is created, the open order is no, this order that is created on January 1st is no longer an open order. It has been delivered already. So the open order value as of Jan 6th is 0. Now, keep going. What is the open delivery value as of Jan 6th?
That's 100.
That's 100 because nothing has been done yet on this delivery yet. Okay? And open billing, 0. Open item, 0. The order will go through. Okay? Alright. So this has been delivered as of Jan, let's say. And this is still there. Nothing has been done on the first order. And then on Jan 11th, the order has been billed and posted to accounts. 200K Jan 6th. Okay. Now, going back. Jan 8th. 200K. Will this order go through? If yes, why?
It should go through in any case.
Yeah, okay. Now give me the equation. Okay, what is the current order value?
Current is 200K.
What is the value of open order?
Open order is 0.
What is the value of open delivery?
To open on 8th, open is also 200.
Why open is 200?
On June 6th, we opened the order 200, so open order on 8th would be 200.
Yes. Agreed?
I thought that was already delivered until June 6th.
As of June 8th.
Oh, okay. Okay, that, okay, as of June 8th, right.
Okay, what is the open delivery?
Open delivery is 100.
100. What is open billing?
That's 0. Right.
What is the value of open item as of June 8th?
June 8th, 200.
Oh, sorry, this one, Jan 11th, right? So
Yeah.
this will not be Jan 6th. This will be
Yeah.
Jan. Okay, now tell me what is the value of open? 0.
Right, 0.
Can you put all of these things together? How much is it?
500.
500K. Okay. Yeah, borderline case, we don't care. Let's say it goes to. Okay. Okay. Now, if it were simple credit management, in this case, will January 8th order go through or not go through? Current order plus value of open items. That's it. So, as of January 8th, it will definitely go through, right? Okay. So, as of Jan 8th, it has been created, but nothing has been done yet. And Jan, let's say this is 100, okay? Just for simplicity, I want to extend the scenario. Jan 9th, this is Jan 8th, right? So, the expected delivery date for this is June 8th. Okay? They want it to be delivered 6 months from now. On Jan 9th, there is another order worth 100K. The expected delivery date for it is July 8th. On Jan 10th, there is another order worth 100K. The expected delivery date for it is August 8th. Now, on Jan 11th, there is another order coming through for 100K. Will this go through? Now again, go back to your equation. Tell me what is the value of open items? Current order value?
100K.
Plus open order as of Jan 11th. As of Jan 11th means
100, 200, 300.
Sorry. Open order as of Jan 11th.
400K.
What is the value of open order as of Jan 11th? 400K.
300.
Okay, then, 300K. Okay.
Which ones are you combining?
June 5th and June 10th of 100 and 200.
June 5th, huh? What is there on June 5th?
The 100.
See, as of Jan 11th, I said, what is the value of open order? Okay, can you take this?
Yes.
Is this an open order as of Jan 11th?
No, it was delivered
Okay, so this is not. So is this an open order as of Jan 11th?
No.
No. Is this an open order as of Jan 11th?
Yes.
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 And this?
Yes.
Yes. Because all of them have a delivery date. All of them have not been delivered as of Jan 11th. Right? So total put together is 300K. So 300K is the value of open order. Plus, what is the value of open delivery as of Jan 11th? Okay. Can you consider this?
Yes.
Yes. 100K. Plus, can you consider this?
No.
No, because
Yes, bill.
it's billed yet. It's billed by Jan 11th. Okay. Can you consider this?
Is it open bill? No.
Open delivery.
Open delivery? No.
No, this cannot be considered because it's not delivered as of Jan 11th. So no. So it's only 100K. Okay.
Yes.
So will this order go through?
No.
Yes, of course. What's the value of open billing as of Jan 11th? Sorry.
Open billing as a Jan is 200.
Yeah, 200. Okay. Plus, what's the value of open items? Oh, 200. Is it 200? That depends on whether it's January 11th or not. So this is like borderline case, right? So let's say as of Jan 11th, it's either open item or open billing. It will be, we can consider it as part of either this or that. Because, Jan 11th, 11 p.m. or 1 p.m. It depends on that, right? So let's just put 200K here. Did we put that 200K?
We already put that.
Yeah, we already put it. So 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 1, 5, 5 plus 2, 7. So what's happening here? Beyond the credit limit. So it fails. Now, tell me something. Does this make any sense?
No.
Especially these orders. Why are we considering these orders? Does this make any sense to consider orders placed on Jan 8th, 9th and 10th, which are delivered 6 months from now to be considered as part of credit limit? If not, why? Use your common sense.
Any order that is not available for immediate delivery cannot be considered as part of credit limit.
That's because?
No, but any order that cannot be provisioned immediately. Basically, if you cannot create an automatic delivery for it, that means it cannot be part of the credit limit.
No, I am okay with this line.
Yeah, because this line is available for delivery. Even on 6th, if we had the...
Not immediately though.
Yeah, if we had the inventory, we would deliver it on...
Delivery word that you have used is a little confusing. Let's not use that word. Not immediate delivery, in the near term, let's say. Okay? So let's rephrase what you have just said. So any order with a delivery in the very, very long term, 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, it doesn't make any sense to consider that because why is it that we don't want to consider that? And why is it that we want to consider this but not this?
Yeah, because in this period, the customer would have paid for something at least. We have not sent him the goods yet.
These are not.
And March or April, somebody would pay something.
These are not immediate risk.
Yeah.
But this one is an immediate risk because goods could go out in 4 days. And beyond that, once goods goes out, we cannot do anything. That's it. Done. Right? So, orders with deliveries far beyond do not pose a risk and hence would not need to be computed as part of credit management. So how do we fix this problem? We fix this problem by considering a time frame called as dynamic credit horizon, which is a very, 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 very fancy word for what we have just said. Orders beyond a certain date do not pose a risk and hence do not need to be considered. That's all there is to it. And that beyond a certain time frame, that time frame is called dynamic credit horizon. Let's say it's 2 months, 3 months. It depends on the nature of the industry. So if you don't want to consider orders with deliveries beyond 3 months, then your dynamic credit horizon for that case is 3 months. Right? And this way of doing credit management is called dynamic credit management. So this is static, current order value plus open order value plus open delivery, open billing. This is static credit management. But if you just change one definition here, which means do not consider orders with deliveries beyond a certain time frame, then it becomes dynamic credit management. That's the simple difference between static and dynamic. Okay? Any questions here?
Hey, I have a question. There's no risk of any overlap between these definitions of open order, open delivery, and open billing, right?
Overlap meaning?
Order, like the definition is clear so that, no item will appear in two different categories.
No, it will not.
Right.
So open order will definitely not be open delivery. Open delivery means order have already been delivered, so it will not appear in open order. So they are all mutually exclusive.
Okay.
So there will not be any double counting.
Okay.
Shiva, why this January 1st and January 6th orders are not open orders when we are considering it in January 11th?
On January 11th, what is an open order? Define an open order.
The customer which is not being paid.
No, that's not an open order. Can anybody define what is an open order?
Open order is one which is just has been entered in the system but has not been delivered yet.
Right. So as of Jan 11th, what happened to these two orders?
One order is being delivered. The June 6th order 200K is being delivered, and the January 1st 100K is not being delivered.
Why it's not being delivered? It's delivered as of Jan 5th.
Okay. That is delivered. This is delivered. It's only F2 is building, right?
Forget about billing, but are these open orders as of Jan 11th is the question. Are they?
Open orders, yes, yeah. It is being delivered.
They're not open orders. They are open deliveries as of Jan 11th.
Open delivery. January 5th, the first one, 100K is being delivered, right?
Yeah. So does it come as part of open order?
Sorry, I could not make a difference in between.
No, man. Ignore it. Don't worry. I'll send this recording again. Go through it. You'll understand it. Okay? It's a little complicated. So, no, man. Just go through this recording again and then we'll talk on Monday. Okay? So, there are two things going on, right? So, don't try to make sense of all of them at once. You just explode your mind. So, take it easy. Go through the recording again and let's talk about it on Monday. Okay?
Okay.
There's so many things. Don't worry. It's just confusing. Okay, now that we have discussed the theory, let's discuss the configuration. In configuration, there are a couple of things that you have to do. First thing is enterprise structure. There is a small additional enterprise structure element that you have to consider, and that is credit control area. So when we discussed enterprise structure the other day, we have not discussed this. So what is a credit control area? A credit control area is an additional enterprise structure element that is used specifically for credit management only. And this credit control area is assigned to both sales org as well as company code. The purpose of a credit control area is to, first thing, if you don't have a credit control area assigned to a sales org or company code, you cannot implement credit management. Second thing, a credit control area controls how many different enterprise structures are linked together, which means, let's say there is Canada company code and US company code. If you link one credit control area to both of these, as opposed to individual credit control area for each of these, what we are essentially trying to define here is, hey, for a customer, let's say Johnson & Johnson, which is doing business both in US and Canada, we want to have a unified credit approach. Meaning, if in the US he has considered 200K as credit, if he has Johnson & Johnson has consumed 200K as credit and he has consumed 100K as credit here, we can set a unified credit limit of 500K for Johnson & Johnson for both Canada and US put together, and then we can manage credit in a combined manner in both these two sales orgs or company codes. There are certain requirements that go in that direction, and if you want to do that, you can have a single credit control area assigned to more than one company code. Okay? But if you do not want that, if you want a different credit control, if you want a different kind of credit management for the same Johnson & Johnson Canada versus same Johnson & Johnson US, then you assign a different credit control area to each of these so that they are independent of each other. It doesn't matter if Johnson & Johnson Canada defaults. The Johnson & Johnson US can still continue without interruption. Okay? That's one key thing that you have to remember in terms of enterprise structure. First thing is, credit control area is mandatory enterprise structure element in order to do credit management. Number two, a credit control area can be assigned to more than one company code if you want to do a unified credit management for a customer along these two company codes. Example, US Canada. But if you want to do a different credit management for each company code, then you assign a different credit control area per company code. Okay, that's the first thing in enterprise structure in terms of configuration. Second thing is configuration for simple credit management is just based on the document type. Okay, so I'm going to show you that configuration now. If a particular document type, let's say the OR or whatever document type you have created, if you want that document type to follow simple credit management, you assign simple credit management to that document type. So go to SPRO, IMG, Sales and Distribution, Basic Functions, Credit Management, Simple Credit Limit Check. Okay, so go to whatever document type you have created and go there and either set it to A, B or C for simple. All of them belong to simple credit management. And blank means no credit management. B means automatic credit management. Okay? So, for this document type, if you do not want credit check, set it to blank. If you want simple credit check, set it to A or B or C. If you want dynamic credit or automatic credit check, set it to D. Okay? Remember this. Okay? Now, this has been set to D, which means dynamic or automatic credit management. Now, for simple credit management, if you set it to A, B or C, that's it. Your setting is done. You don't have to do anything else. Your configuration is done. But if you set it to automatic credit management, D, then you have to do something else. What is that something else? Go to credit management, risk management. What is it? No. Go to credit management, and then you have to define a couple of things here. Okay? Those couple of things are, the way automatic credit management is defined is based on 3 parameters. Oops. Credit group plus risk group plus credit control area. Credit control area is an enterprise structure element that we have just discussed. Credit group is coming from the document type. You can define your own credit groups. Risk group is associated to a customer. The reason why a risk group is associated to a customer is not all customers are created equal. See, Johnson & Johnson is a Fortune 100 company. They'll definitely pay you. But some godforsaken company in Hawaii or in China, can you trust them? Because if they don't pay, can you go to China and recover the money? I don't think so. They have a very high risk and they are classified accordingly. So a customer in Nigeria wants to purchase something from you, some computers. How would you rate their credit risk? Very high risk customer. Some Fortune 500 company in the US, very low risk, right? The way you do credit management is different by customer. And you can set different kinds of policies by risk. Okay? And this is actually not called risk group, called risk category. So you can define customers and assign risk categories to them. So your automatic credit management can include that parameter called risk category, and that comes from the customer. The next thing is credit group. Why do we use credit group? A credit group means not all document types need to follow the same kind of credit management. For example, some rush orders need to have a different kind of credit management. Cash sales need to have a different kind of credit management. Contracts and consignments need to have a different kinds of credit management. Evaluation orders need to have a different kind of credit management. Returns need to have different kinds of credit management. So not all business processes are created equal. So if you want,
even the credit group, can it be dependent on the product as well?
no.
Basically, a very fast moving item, can it have a different credit rating or as compared to the other products?
No. Not according to the standard configuration available in automatic credit management. You cannot do it. You can only do it on business process. If you want a fast-moving item to follow a different business process, have a different document type for it. Or you can use user exits for it.
No, but say suppose there is some product that actually to provision that or to manufacture that product, it takes a year to manufacture it. And some product is like an assembly line product. Now, the business rules for credit on both these could be, I don't know, like at least I'm thinking they're totally different in terms of how credit is provided to both these two products.
No, I understand. So what I'm trying to say is, according to standard configuration, there is no way you can include any parameter from the product. You call it product group, product hierarchy, or sales material group, anything you want, or division. Nothing can be included in the configuration of standard credit management using configuration.
Okay. But you can define a document type that is, say, document type A is for these 10 products and document type B is for these other 10 products. And
that's
those,
exactly what I was trying to say, right? So
yeah.
you can have a different business process for a different set of products. But if you don't want that, if you don't want a different business process for a different set of products, then you can have, there are special user exits that can be used to manipulate credit management based on product line or any other parameter. But on using standard configuration, you cannot configure the scenario that we have discussed. Does this make sense?
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. All right. So document type defines your credit. So document type is assigned to a credit group. Customer is assigned to this category, and of course your credit control area. These three things put together define your credit control area, risk category, credit group. So if you go inside one of these, this is the screen for credit control. So there are so many things here. Don't bother too much about those things. This is where static or dynamic is created, is checked on, right? And this is where you say for static, I have to consider open orders, open deliveries, blah, 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 right? Again, if you want to do all of that, it's up to you. There are so many other things to do, so don't worry about it. Okay? We could do some practical examples starting from scratch. I have a very detailed 30-point example. If you're interested, you can do it. But at this point, if you go through the theory, that's more than enough. I'll give you that exercise. If you want to go through it, it's a very detailed, step-by-step thing on how we can do and understand this credit management. Starts with simple and then moves on to automatic and then to dynamic, so on and so forth. Okay? I'm not very keen on you doing it because it's... Yes?
I have a quick question.
Yeah?
The credit control area, is that item which defines a geographical area, or is something just anything you can configure it anyway?
It's assigned to a credit control area. It's assigned to a company code and sales order. It doesn't generally have to define anything around geography. You cannot have like one credit control area for the west of US and one control area for the east of US. And if you have only one company code for the US, you can have two different credit control areas, assign them to the same company code. That is possible. Like for example, I'll show it here. Enterprise structure. Right? Go to assignment. Go to financial accounting. Assign company code to credit control area. So this is company code, right? If you go to one company code. So there is only one credit control area per company code. So if the entire US is created as one company code, then you cannot have two different credit control areas like East and West and assign both of them to one company code called US. The only way to do it is create two company codes. One for the West, one for the East, and each of them will have their own credit control area. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that is the configuration, right? So the user part, where we set the credit limit, blah, 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 I said the transaction is FD32. Okay? So if you take a customer, okay, and check all of these on, okay, and then go there. The first page is a summary. This is the total credit limit. This is the total credit exposure. What is the total credit percentage used? So on and so forth. What is the risk category? If you want to set a risk category, you can set it here. High, low, very high, very low, so on and so forth. Okay? If you want to set a credit limit, you use these arrows. 1, 2. Okay? Keep moving. Next. This is where you set the credit limit. If you want to reduce it, reduce it. If you want to increase it, increase it. Okay? You can set the risk category here if you want. You can set it to low risk or high risk, whatever you want. You can block a customer for credit also here. Okay? But this is a finance transaction. You need to remember the transaction. That's it. You don't ever have to take any steps here. Okay? If any steps have to be taken place, then they will be taken care of by the FICO consultant. This is one. Second thing is, sometimes certain documents are go on a, let's say using static or dynamic or simple, some orders can go on a credit block, right? Because of some reason, whether an order is created, if the open value exceeds the credit limit, then it goes on a credit block. If an order goes on a credit block, then can that order be explicitly removed from a credit block without the customer having to pay for it yet? Yes. The transaction for that is VKM3. You put the sales document here, enter it, and then you can explicitly remove a document from credit block. What is the transaction for it? VKM3. That's it. You don't have to worry too much about it yet. Put your document number in there, go to VKM3, put your document number in there, execute it, select the document, flag it as released, save it. That's it. That is releasing the document from credit block explicitly.
Shiva, how does a document get into a credit block? Because I thought like if you have an automatic dynamic a credit limit or credit management, would a sales order
What
ever be
happens
created?
to an order that has exceeded the credit limit? The order is created, it has exceeded the credit limit. The order will not go through, I said, right? What do I mean by that? Will the order be scrapped? See, you are placing an order. You are still due, but you are placing an order. Your credit limit is 500K. You have exceeded the 500K and you are placing an order today. Will I take the order or not take the order?
I not be taking the order because if I'm checking against open deliveries, open orders, open...
Right. So, after doing all of that stuff, I've concluded that you have exceeded the credit limit with this order. Do I take the order or not? Do I go to BA01 and create the order, save it, or I'll say I'll not take your order?
Oh, I see what you mean. So basically you take the order but block it.
I take the order and put it on a block.
Okay,
Now,
I see.
you say, okay boss, this is my last order, I need this, I'll definitely pay you tomorrow. We have such a history of 10 years. Can you please take this order, go through? This is very important for my customer. If I agree with your argument, I'll create that order. The order will go on a credit block. I'll come to VKM3, put that order number in, and release that order so that that order can go through. It's like a manual override. Does this make sense? Yes? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, but this is like totally discretion of the guy person.
Of the financial department. Yes, definitely. It's a case-by-case basis. Okay, that is credit management. Don't go beyond it. Credit management is a very big topic. Unless you finish the basics, don't go beyond that. Okay? Any questions at this point? Alright then. So, I'm going to give you that exercise. Okay?